Well, good morning, guys. It's Sunday. I think it's I'm going to look because I don't remember these things. All right, 23rd of January. Um, and I mean, I'm able to contemplate some things now. I found an old picture of my dad who was only a year older than I was. I put that in the thumbnail. And it's like, what a stark difference. Um, just the health. I think he started smoking in college, and although he never drank, he smoked a lot. He was also a salesman, and I remember his always being kind of under stress and having significant bouts of cold sores and things. So I know there was a lot of stress. Um, and of course, he raised us really good, my sister and me. And then my family with my wife. I think we did pretty good raising the girls. They're all pretty much autonomous, which is awesome. And they can hang out at home as long as they want. That's fine, no big deal. That wouldn't have been me a couple of years back, but well, you grow, and then you don't grow, like you lose weight. Um, so I was just thinking about my sides of the family here. My grandma passed at 94 and a half. And I guess the ultimate cause was congestive heart failure. And she had complained about having arthritis in her back. So, again, that was dietary. I know she used Crisco, but still 94. And all her sisters, I believe, are still alive. And I believe if they're not already significantly over 100, they're one of the youngest is at least touching it. So as far as I know, all of her sisters are still alive. And then on my mom's side, my grandma apparently died of leukemia at 53. Now, from what I heard, I believe she drank. I don't know if she smoked or how much, but I know she drank. But then to what limit, I don't know. And her mom, my great grandma, died of a broken hip. 78 years old, heart attack on the operating table, from what I understand. Again, passing away this early is generally a sign, from what all I've learned over the last 8 months, it's a sign of the dietary problems. Even then, it wouldn't have been as bad in the 70s, in the late 60s, because we were still, I guess, kind of fasting. But what really wiped out a lot of people are those darn seed oils. And those came up 60 years before that. So again, we've been Crisco family since at least the turn of the 20th century and the 19 single digits, okay? That alone, I guess, is enough to just mess you up. And then forget the fact that all the grains by then had been steel milled and refined significantly. As a matter of fact, they found that people are eating bread and dying. So they said, maybe we should put some nutrients back in it, because essentially it's like eating solid water that isn't ice. Because it's just it has calories, but nothing else. There's no nutrients. So it'll give you energy, but that's it. And my mom smoked a lot. And always struggled with weight. Didn't drink significantly at all, actually, almost never. I think I remember, I really can't remember seeing a drink in her hand, although I know she told me that she had drunk once. But always overweight, always smoking. And they took a long trip, deep vein thrombosis, essentially a lung embolism. So all that calcification broke free and took her out at age 64. And in fact, 10/9/10, so it was within a month of her 65th birthday. My dad took, finally what caused him to go away was essentially renal failure. But again, he had a heart valve issue, and these were the generations where people, didn't really clean their teeth that well, and now we're learning that was probably significant. Not least the diet, but bacteria entering into the gum line, and then, of course, he always had really strong teeth. He never lost his teeth. My mom did. She wanted him beating a bridge. And then it was April, it would have been 2018, no, 19. Yeah, because we spent Christmas of 18 with him. So he checked out April of 19. Thank goodness, just before all this nonsense. And then, and that was everything, man. He was just falling apart. Prostate cancer, he ended up having the surgery, I think, at age 58. And then it was just hospital visits. And I told myself, I'm not going to do that. Oh, what if you have cancer? Then I have cancer. What if you die? Yeah. I'll try to die just before I have to pay taxes. That's the trick. So I'm not going to get tested. Plus, I find out that I think it's a PSA. I think it's an antibody test, which is an autoimmune condition from what I've understood now, learning about my wife's thyroid problem. So you have antigens that tell you that your body's actually attacking the inflamed gland. And I don't have a problem with that thing. I know this for a fact because I have zero symptoms. I'm not talking pain. I'm talking urine flow is perfect. I mean, like I told you, I feel like I'm 20 again. I'll just leave that there. But the bottom line is, I don't have a problem. And I was always concerned with my lungs because I know my mom always seemed to be her weak link. Whenever I caught the flu or whatever, I always seemed to take 3 weeks or so to recover. And so I don't want to get sick, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how the next flu hits me, or the next cold, or whatever. It's like, and here we're almost into February, and I still don't have my allergies, and I should be having countless allergies because the rain stops, the dust comes up, or the dust goes down because it starts raining, and mold, and then the sour oranges bloom, and this thing called Noche Buena, or not Noche Buena, not the poinsettia plant, but there's another thing, Huele a Noche or something, I don't know, something, it really smells pungent at night, and those things just used to kick my butt, and I don't have no butt kicking. I mean, like I said, I talk to you guys in the morning, so I'm, a little congested from sleeping or whatever, but that drains off real quick, especially after my coffee, which I haven't made yet. So it's, my dad checks out at 74, I believe he was, almost like 74 and a half to the day. And my grandma was 94 and a half to the day. And funny, she actually dies on my dem 50th wedding anniversary to the day. I mean, just things I come up with. And so, I don't know how my sister's doing. I reckon she's doing okay. They claim to be keto, which is neat, and they talk about cheat days and this. I'm like, I don't cheat because I can't stand, I just like eating what I like eating, and I feel good, and I don't consider eating a strawberry, or if I decide to eat, a little chunk of cake here and there, whatever. I mean, as long as I don't feel bad about it, I'll do it. I mean, I found this really cool recipe. It's a banana, cocoa powder, egg, cream cheese, and a teaspoon or tablespoon of honey. And you cook all that, and you cut it, and you make this double layered super chocolatey cake. I found out if I eat half of one of those, it's 20 grams of carbs. And if I eat no more carbs for the rest of that day, my body will process that 20 grams like that. It'll be just gone. And that there's nothing out of a package. The cocoa, I guess you could call that refined. The banana obviously has been genetically modified. But the egg is natural, and the cream cheese obviously has to be processed to a point. It's cheese. But those things, most of it doesn't come in a package. And you read a bunch of, emulsifiers and this and that, and maltodextrin and who knows what, who shot John, and they all died in the end. I don't know. I don't buy things normally like that. And this will just be maybe something for a special thing, maybe once a month or whatever. But again, and there's no added sugar other than the honey. I mean, yeah, they say no added sugar. The banana sugar, the honey sugar, and the cream cheese contains a little bit of carb, but not enough to bump you out of ketosis, if that's your thing. So it's kind of interesting to go back through and think of longevity. Not because I want to live forever, I don't. That's horrible. You think I want to live through another 2 years like we just did? Nah, man. Leave that to the next generations. Let them suffer through it. I don't really feel like being here when the asteroid takes out our atmosphere, and I don't feel like being here when it all goes back to the Stone Age, because that's where it's headed. I have this funny feeling about the Tower of Babel story and the Noah's Ark story. I have a funny feeling humans had been somewhere along this level at once or twice in their past, since we've been here 250,000 years. I imagine we've been able to grow and then fall and then grow and then fall and grow. I mean, the whole Old Testament talks about the Jews finding God, prospering, leaving God, and crashing. And right now we're so far away from God. So anyway, wahoo. But what I didn't want to do was die in pain and suffering and in a hospital and this and that. So yeah, I want to live to the end and be all cool and then, go to sleep, and that's it. Just don't wake up again. That would be good. That would be a happy death. I think that's even theologically in Catholicism. I read somewhere it's like that's a happy death. So yeah, I don't plan on suffering through, and I want to work out. And I want to do things that make my body feel in balance until it finally says, "We're done, man. Say hi to Jesus. Get ready for your judgment. Let's just go into the next afterlife here with a positive attitude." So anyway, guys, happy Sunday. We'll talk to you again soon. Have a good one. Bye.